Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test before we start the stream. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. We're here in the flight sim down here in Manchester. Today we have Eurocontrol West, London Control North and Central, and Manchester Tower today. So we're getting very lucky with the ATC today so far. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. So yeah, literally just a second Manchester went online. Manchester 80 is currently for Heathrow, which is very strange. Hopefully that'll be fixed by the time we actually get in the air. Yeah, at the moment it says Heathrow Information Bravo. Arrival, it's all wrong. It's for Heathrow for some reason. I just need to start Active Sky quickly. I totally forgot to do that, so we'll do that. Also, later today, probably about 7 PM BST, maybe 4 o'clock BST if I can get it out in time. I haven't had time to record it yet, but I'm going to be doing a final week of FSX next week. 5 streams. All in a row, no Motorsport Manager, just 5 days of streaming FSX, all in different ways. So I'm hoping that will be really good. So we're going to be starting off with a Vatsim event, and then the rest of it I will tell you guys, well, in the video. Just stay tuned for that video. Probably 7 PM BST tonight. I'll try and get it out for 4 o'clock if I can, but I may not. So we'll go ahead and turn on the ground power, and that means we can turn off the APU. Obviously, I'm just spawned in here to get all the lights on, get everything, you know, on the auto throttle, no, on the emergency lights. Cruise altitude today is 37,000, so we'll get that set here. Pro Pete's can just come on, and we'll leave that for now. We'll just let that stay there, and we'll get everything set up for our departure out for now. So we're flying out of Manchester, flying down to Bilbao. I've got no scenery installed for Bilbao, but the default scene from experience is very good actually, so we'll be using that. Fuel today is 8431, so we've got a little in the centre tank, meaning we want those pumps off for now. Perfect. And payload, again, just punch in the 0 fuel weight and it'll give us a pretty good answer there. 57.4 on the 0 fuel weight. That gives us a load level of 78.2. You can see plenty of passengers. We're meant to be taking 151 today, so that's how many we'll tell it. We have opened the back door as well, and we can go ahead and request boarding for all the passengers on board today. Tower is on 118.6. I just need to tell GSX how many passengers we have, and then I can get started. So you can see there, that's all loaded in. Tower is on 118.6, and London North is on 1337. We may get given London North on 1337, we may get given 1271. I think it'll be 1337 and then straight on to 1271 shortly after, probably. Reference airport, obviously we're down on the ground here in EGCC, stand 8 to be exact, is where we are. So that's fine. I do need to put in all the charts for today's flight, so I'll just do that quickly. I haven't had time to do that. So we're taking the Samba one Yankee at the moment. Looking at, I'll have a quick look at the winds before we get into doing anything. 160 at 5 knots, so it's going to be a runway 23. QNH is 1016, so we'll just set that, and then I can go on to Bilbao weather then. QNH 1016, and we'll move that over to LEBB, which is Bilbao 110 at 6 knots down in Bilbao. So I'll probably be using in Bilbao. It'll probably be a runway 12. Is what we'll probably be using. So it'll be the Mapax. The Mapax, probably the. Alright, so look.
Good morning. Thank you.
It'll probably be the two. We've got the 2 Zulu and the 2 Tango. It'll probably be the 2 Tango, I think. Down in Bilbao, so that's what it'll be. It won't be exactly what I like then, but good enough. Although it doesn't quite match up with the ILS, that's a bit weird.
Morning.
Good morning.
I can try the other one, which is the 2. I don't know, for some reason the ILS doesn't match up with the star. Exactly, but we'll let that be. We'll see what happens. And yeah, so that's that. I'll just get the ILS frequency. What am I on about? What am I on about? I've got my charts for Manchester. I'm looking at charts for Bilbao now. So we want starting the Mapax. It's gonna be this one here, the 2 Tango. Or the 2 Zulu. Does there a specific thing we want to use? Don't think so. We'll just do that. I'm just getting my charts ready for later on because you know better to be prepared really. And then we'll leave it at that. So it's going to be. But they're getting on with the boarding actually. Now I've done with all the charts, I think we can get our route plugged in and start asking for clearance. So we're on line here on Vatsim. Yeah, I'm just getting my charts ready for later. Good, voice is sounding all fine. So yeah, EGCC down to LEBB for Bilbao. Course line is Skyways 860.
I'm doing good.
And we'll go ahead and request clearance now. We're ready for that. So we're at stand 8. And I'll just try and I'll grab the ATIS now, see if it is actually active now and working. Okay, it is now for Manchester Information Alpha. Runway in use, runway 23 right. So 23 right is what they're using. Okay, 23 right. That's going to be the Samba 1 Romeo. That's fine. So it's going to be, yeah, the Samba 1 Romeo. We have Information Alpha. Info Alpha. Runway use, yes, runway use 23 right. Transition level 6. That's for departures. QNH 1016. Okay, that's all fine then. Really, all we need to know is it is quite cloudy as well, but all we need to know really. Information Alpha runway use 23 right. So we'll go ahead and request clearance now on 1186, and then we obviously have centre control after that. And I think, yeah, advise aircraft type on first contact. Manchester Tower, hello, Skyways 860, stand 8, Information Alpha, type 737-800. Request IFR to Bilbao, please.
Good morning. Thank you.
Am I on the right frequency? Oh, I'm on 1186, not 118625. I feel so dumb. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing anything. Right, 127 decimal, no, 133 decimal, 133 decimal 7 for departure. Right, okay. Now we're on Manchester Tower. Wow. Manchester Tower, hello, Skyways 860, stand 8, Information Alpha, type 737-800, request IFR to Bilbao, please. Oh, come on.
Skyways 860 Manchester Tower, cleared to Bilbao, Samba 1 Romeo departure, squawk 1076.
Clear Bilbao on the Samba 1 Romeo departure, squawk 1076, Skyways 860. Alright, so 1076 on there. Whoa! GSX is quick today. They've already finished. I don't know, it's taken me a bit longer than usual to set up this plane, because I think we started boarding a bit earlier than we normally would. And I had to faff around with my charts. Runway 23 right, Samba 1 Romeo. Very long route today, so get ready. We're going from Samba, UN 859 to Honolulu. UL 612 to Cowley. Q41 to Sam, which is Southampton. N63 to Lelna. UN 621 to Basic. It's a long route. And then it is UN 90 to Novan. UN 864 to Pipette. And then it is UP 152 to Nenem. And then finally it is UN 867 to Mapax. Execute that. That's a long route. And arriving then with me ILS Zulu runway 12 on the Mapax. Let's check here. 2 Tango. Mapax 2 Tango. And I'm going to have a look at that now because it's a little bit of a weird thing on our arrival. That's sort of like that the ILS and the star don't quite match up. You can see here, look, they go like joint, so the other one ends at Sunia. Is there a Sunia transition? Before I go about doing anything, there is no Sunia transition, so what we'll do, we'll probably go direct from D3010. Yeah, it ends at Sunia. That's weird. What about the ILS Yankee then? Does that join up? Nope. That's really strange. Okay, well, what we'll do, we'll go direct from D3012. You can see that that's quite a nice arc onto the ILS. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, bit of an odd arrival that. I don't know why that happens, but that's what happens. But we're still basically sticking to the star because of how they overlap. They overlap so close together. Hello in the chat. Hope you are enjoying the stream. And there we go. We should all be ready for departure now. We'll just quickly check our star. Initial climb 5,000 at Samba. So that's what we want to set in here. All on the auto throttles, left side and right side for the flight directors and LNAV. Oh, we can't do VNAV just yet. And I'm also going to go ahead and start up the elect gens, the fuel pumps, and packs can come off and we'll start the APU. Meanwhile, so that means that while I'm doing all my performance stuff, that everything should all be fine. So 0 fuel weight in there. Reserves are 2.4. Cost index is 26 today. And we're looking for a cruising altitude of 370 today, quite high up. 370, pretty much as high as this plane can go. Cruising winds are 250 at 029er. Enter that in. And ISO deviation I can never figure out how to do. Transition altitude is 5,000. We're going to be doing a D rate of 1 today. And a D rate on the climb as well. Takeoff when we're doing flaps 5. There you go, V speed. V2 is 148, VR 139. V1 is 138, so 148 is it? It's 148, and trim is 5. I think that's set accordingly. Yes, I'm almost certainly going to get the new flight sim. Actually, a video coming this evening. It's about 7 PM BST. Will detail my plans for next week. Next week will, of course, be the very last week that I am streaming this FSX. So we're going to be doing some special sims, some special streams. So that should be really good. Going to be doing some flying with the default planes. We're going to be trying out Pro ATC again, and we're going to do a bit of flying on Vatsim as well. We're going to do a real mix. Ground connections, right? Let's check the APU is all set up. It is, so we can get rid of all this. Set the parking brake. Wheel chocks off. And that's all good. That is everything there set up. So we'll go ahead and request push and start now. We've checked our route over, and I'm all happy with it, so this can just go to map mode and traffic and weather. And we can turn on the TCAS, make sure it's on weather and turbulence mode as well. And we can go ahead and request push and start. Skyways 860, stand 8, request push and start.
Skyways 860, stand 8, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south, Skyways 860. So we're going to be pushing back, yeah. Oh, which version? I'm definitely going to be getting the Premium Deluxe. That's the most expensive one. I want my 787. I want to try that out, so almost certainly the Premium Deluxe. Right, I'm going to turn left here. That's going to face us south. But yeah, definitely the Premium Deluxe, so interesting. Got a Jet 2 and an EasyJet over there, so that's interesting. It's quite busy here on the ground, actually, in Manchester. Right, left we'll head.
Departure check completed. Bypass
and we'll go RT on the auto brakes as well.
Engines clear.
And start the engines. So we'll put the engine page down here. We'll let it start up now. So back that goes. We'll put in power at about 23. Put in fuel. So there you go. Fuel. Introduce fuel there, and we can start the other engine now as well while that's waiting. This the UK 2000 Manchester series, another one of the UK 2003 series that's been done really well. It's nice, very nice, and it does pretty good on performance as well. Although my sim always performs well when there's less planes in the area. It is the planes that seem to lag it out particularly. And as I said, today we have Eurocontrol West online as well. They haven't got an estimated log-off time, but they've only been online about 20 minutes. Nope, they've actually been online 3 minutes. There must have been a new controller or something. So we should get full coverage all the way down to Bilbao. We can arm VNav now as well. So that's really nice. We should get full ATC coverage. Oh, that Emirates A380 just disappeared. They hadn't filed a flight plan yet, so maybe they were... I don't know, they're probably doing something about that. And everything is all good now. And we're also going to go ahead and turn on the centre pumps now, as we do have plenty of fuel in the centre tank for this flight today. We'll go ahead and turn on the engine gens, off goes the APU, set our parking brakes for GSX, packs back into auto, and continuous on the engine start switches, and we can set our taxi lights and our beacon light, which should have been on all along, and everything else. Oh yeah, we'll turn this into strobe and steady as well. There we go. And flaps 1, 2, and 5. Flaps 5 is now set. So there's the lovely Fly UK livery. Unfortunately, no 737 as of yet with the new flights in. My plan is to get PMDG 737 as soon as they release it. I'm trying to save money though for a new PC or upgrade or whatever. So I'm probably only going to buy one plane. Because just to make sure I have at least one pay-wear aircraft, because the other ones aren't as decent. And then maybe after I get my PC, I'll then start investing a bit more money into the new sim once I know it's working all well and running all well and all that good stuff. So yeah, we should be ready for departure now. There's also an EasyJet down in Bilbao. No, heading to Bilbao. They're using the map packs 1 kilo. So I don't know what the 1 kilo is. It's the 2 kilo actually, meaning that they're using runway 30. As I said, in the moment, looking at the winds, it's going to be something different to that. It's definitely going to be. I believe, did I use the map packs 2 Tango, or did I use? Which one am I using? It doesn't say. I think it's because I've deleted it, it's confused it, hasn't it? Which one was I using?
Manchester Tower, Tom's at 589 on runway 2, correction on runway left, runway 23 right.
It ends at
Manchester
D301,
Tower, runway 23
yeah.
right, clear to land, service
We're on
winds
the
160
Tango.
degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land, Tom's at 589.
And we should be ready to go now. Skyways 860 is ready for taxi.
Skyways 860, taxi holder point Mike 1 via Lima, Papa, Kilo and Juliet.
Taxi holding point Mike 1 via Lima, Papa, Kilo and Juliet. Skyways 860. Alright, away we go then. So straight ahead on Lima, then on to Papa, then there'll be a left on Kilo. Kilo turns into Juliet, and then Mike 1. So not a full length takeoff today, but mostly full length. Runway heading is
Good afternoon,
232.
Heathrow. Good afternoon, Manchester Tower. Channel 6 Charlie Quebec with you established on the ILS 23 right.
Channel 6 Charlie Quebec, Manchester Tower, continue approach, runway 23 right, your number 2.
Continue approach, Channel 6 Charlie Quebec.
So they go making our way out of Manchester. Get some lovely FPS here on the ground in Manchester. Getting 40 FPS there inside and outside. Getting a nice solid 50.
Stand 61 information Alpha QNH 1016 requesting clearance to Dubai, please.
Emirates 20 Manchester Tower, cleared to Dubai. Sonics 1 Romeo departure, squawk 6462.
Right, heading on to this taxiway here now, which is Papa. And then there'll be a left onto Kilo then, here. Then it'll be all the way down, because this turns into Juliet, and it'll be all the way down to Mike 1, where we'll make a right turn. There are a few, I think there's a Chanex on approach, and that's the Tomjet 5890 and Chanex 6 Charlie Quebec, both of which are on approach. I'm also going to grab a look once we're airborne at flight radar to see what runway they're using down in Bilbao, because it looks like it's a little bit of a sort of half and half kind of a deal. Now we haven't got much centre tank fuel. Now I don't know. I think we've still got we've still got like quite a bit actually, so we'll probably leave it. There's the Tomjet 589, a 737 coming in from Heathrow. That's a bit of a interesting route positioning flight maybe. Although TUI don't really fly out of from my knowledge, they don't fly out Heathrow TUI. They use Gatwick, don't they? And you can see there's the Chanex. We might, if we rush, just get in front of that before it lands, but it is approaching. It's currently 7.5 miles out, so we might not be able to jump ahead of it. I don't know. But right now we're just taxiing along nicely. Very nice taxi. It's a very nice airport layout. Gatwick, no, not Gatwick, Manchester. Gatwick's the opposite of a good airport layout. Gatwick's a mess. But yeah, it's best we. There we go. Runway turn-offs on as well, and taxi lights off, and on with the landing lights, because we are just about to make the right turn onto Mike 1, just up here. We may get ahead of that Chanex, it's a bit tight. It's currently 5 miles away.
Target 5890, welcome to Manchester. Taxi stand 209er via Alpha, Delta, and November Charlie.
Well, this is the right turn.
Alpha Delta November
we may be able to get off if we rush.
From Jet 589.
Chanex 6 Quebec, correction, Charlie Quebec. It's Joshua. Chanex 6 Charlie Quebec, runway 23 right, clear to land. Surface winds 160 degrees, 5 knot.
Right, okay, doesn't
23 right, Channel 6 Charlie Quebec.
Doesn't look like we're getting.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
After a correction behind the landing, Jet 2 737-800, line up and wait, runway 23 right behind.
Line up and wait, runway 23 right behind the landing, Jet 2 737, Skyways 860. Okay, we are ready for departure. We have been told to wait for the Jet 2 to land. It was a little bit close, so I think it's a bit safe, especially when it's not that busy like it is right now. It's just easier to let us wait, really.
Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Chanex 88 Charlie requesting IFR clearance to our destination with info Alpha on board, Boeing 737.
Station calling unreadable.
Sounded okay to me, but okay. And yeah, so it'll probably be London North we'll get called to contact next, 1337.
Chanex 88 Charlie requesting radio check.
Chanex 88 Charlie, you're very, very quiet, but understandable.
Roger, thank you.
It is quite quiet, actually. Right, the Chanex should now be on approach. There it is, flying in from Rhodes. It's where it's heading from. So there you go, there is the approaching 737-800. Once that passes by, we'll go ahead and line up.
Manchester Tower, hello, Emirates 23 Echo, request radio check.
Emirates 23 Echo, Manchester Tower, readability 4.
Alright, thanks.
Yeah, we're just waiting. There goes the Jet 2, so we'll go ahead and line ourselves up now.
Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Chinix 8 Charlie requesting IFR clearance to Pisa with info Alpha on board Boeing 737.
Chinook 88 Charlie, Manchester Tower, cleared to Pisa. Samba 1 Romeo departure, Scottish 0473.
We are clear to Pisa out of runway 23 right, via number 1 Romeo departure.
So there we go, we'll go ahead and line up now.
0473, Chinix 8 Charlie, thank you.
Chinook 88 Charlie, correct.
So we'll go ahead and line up now. Now that the Jet 2 has landed, and we'll get told to take off once he's vacated. Actually, looks like he's pretty much vacated already, so that's nice. So we should be pretty much ready to go. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Charlie Quebec with you vacated 23 right.
12, type A380-800, requesting clearance to Dubai with information Alpha.
Okay, 2 stations at once, blocked, brake, skyways 860, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, surface winds 160 degrees, 5 knots.
Runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, skyways 860. Alright, off we go then. Initial power.
Chinook 6 Charlie Quebec with you on
And
Bravo.
Toga.
Chinook 6 Charlie Quebec, do you have a stand of choice?
Anything pair B will do me, 6 Charlie Quebec.
Chinook 6 Charlie Quebec, roger. Taxi stand 27 via
Airspeed's
Delta.
live.
Stand 275
Any
Delta,
knots?
Chinook 6 Charlie Quebec, thank you very much.
Go ahead and start the clock actually. Been blowing all over the place a slight bit. There is a slight crosswind, not massive, but a bit of one.
Stand 12, type A380-800,
V1,
information Alpha,
rotate.
request clearance to Dubai.
Yeah, this crosswind's not nice, is it? I can feel it. Right, up we go.
Emirates
Positive
23
rate, gear
Echo
up.
cleared to Dubai, Sonics 1 Romeo departure,
Go ahead and disarm
squawk
your brakes
1156.
now.
Clear to Dubai, Sonex 1 Romeo departure, squad 1156, Emirates 23 Echo.
We'll go ahead and lock the
Emirates 23
gear
Echo,
now.
correct.
Turn off the lights.
Skyways 860, contact London Control now 133.7, bye bye.
133.7, bye-bye, Spellwave 860. Our next frequency will be 1271. London Control, hello, Skyways 860 with you passing 2,500 on the Samba 1 Romeo departure.
Skyways 860, London Control, hello, climb now, flight level 190.
Climb now, flight level 190, Skyways 860.
Ryanair 7647, flight level 60.
7 flight level 60, Ryanair 764.
Right, up we go to flight level 190 now. We can get rid of all these restrictions now. Well, it's only one restriction, but we can get rid of that, so that we are now cleared to climb all the way up. And flaps 1 now. And then flaps up. And that'll let us climb up now. You can see there you go, starting the climb, starting the turn. We have been allowed straight up all the way. And you can see now we should now be allowed to 250 knots now. And we have been cleared all the way up to flight level 190 now. We're all good after departure, so that's nice. Everything's all good. And we have burned most of our takeoff fuel there. Not takeoff fuel, so most of our centre tank fuel.
Ryanair 764, turn right.
So that'll be gone pretty quickly. Transition altitude here is 5,000, so once we pass 5,000 that'll be gone into standard pressure. So you can see here just about to pass it now.
Jet 449 of Foxtrot.
There's 5,000, standard pressure.
Level Nalax.
Runway 290 level Nalax, Tom Jet 449 Foxtrot.
And we're now just climbing up nicely.
Control Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike with you, flight level 190.
And centre tanks are out of fuel.
Control, hello, Roslyn 2 Alpha, arrival.
Say again, the arrival, Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike.
And this thing's now climbing nicely.
Say again, slowly.
Okay.
Roslyn 2 Alpha.
Roslyn 2 Alpha, Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike.
Ryanair 764 vectoring
There you
clouds
go.
approach from way 23 right
Up
at
we go.
Manchester. You have around about 35, correction 40 track miles to touchdown, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, Manchester QNH 1216.
vectoring for 23 right and we'll descend for flight level 40 for Ryanair 764.
Ryanair 764 negative, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, the Manchester QNH 1016.
There we go, all good. We're all great. So
4,000 feet and Manchester QNH 1015 for Ryanair 764.
Shipbird 213, vectoring for last approach runway 23 right at Manchester, leave Dane heading 025.
Leave Dane 025 and vectoring for 23 right Manchester, speedbird 213.
now after London Central, I don't think
778,
we'll be able to be handed off to. We won't be able to get handed off to Eurocontrol just yet, so it'll probably be Unicom after London Central, and then we'll be back on to Eurocontrol then. Passing 10,000. Off go the landing lights.
Descend flight level 140 KLM 777.
Bluebird 213, descend flight level 70.
This plane is now going to start leveling off.
Speedbird 213.
And the speed's going to start coming up now because we're above 10,000 feet, which is great. And then look at that lovely Fly UK 737 livery. It's a very nice livery on this plane actually, it really suits it. It's the old livery still, I still haven't downloaded the crystal one. I probably won't bother now. But yeah. I'll make sure the heading is set correctly. And the start switch is going to go back to off as well. We should have already done that. But we have now anyway, so that's fine. Doesn't really make any difference. Everything's all looking good up here. Packs are auto. Everything's all good. Do a quick recall check. All fine. And now we've leveled off on our speed, we can go ahead and set auto on the speed brake. No, on the what are they called? Seatbelt signs. There we go. So we'll let everyone roam around. This can go into 80 nautical mile range now. We're just taking a nice straight line from here right now, on our way to Bilbao. So that's all good. Grab a quick look at the weather down in Bilbao. Hasn't refreshed for about 45 minutes, so I'm expecting some new weather very soon.
1016 down to 5,000, speedbird 213.
And we should get told to contact London Central any time now, as we climb through 140 on our way up.
KLM 777 expedite.
Expedite descend KLM 777. 7 Hotel Mike, request descent.
Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike, roger, descend flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150, Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike.
Ryanair 764, descend to altitude 3,500 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 23 right.
1,500 feet.
And obviously towers online in Manchester for their control. That's why this frequency is quite quiet, because luckily Manchester is under control.
3,500 feet, speed 220 knots or less.
There's quite a bit of ATC on today actually, it's quite nice.
3,500 speed 220
it's quite rare, really.
or less, speedbird 213.
So we still haven't been handed off to London.
Ryanair 764,
we should be very
speed
soon.
200 knots or
The other London
200 knots or greater.
Centre. I'm pretty sure we'll be handed off to London Central quite soon, because we do need a further climb beyond flight level 190. We haven't been given any further just yet.
Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike, report your indicated airspeed.
340 knots, Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike.
Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike, roger, speed 280 knots or less.
280 and less, Speedbird 7 Hotel Mike.
Well, are we going to get cleared any higher? I'm going to let us level out at 190, but from there I am going to have to just request quickly that we...
Skyways 860, contact London Control 127.1.
127.1, Skyways 860, bye-bye. London Control, hello. Skyways 860 with you, flight level 190. Request further climb. Inbound Honolulu.
Skyways 860, London Control, hello. Climb flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310, Skyways 860. Right, then we need to get, they go, put VNav in and out, and they go, this thing's now going to start climbing once again.
AC 49 Unicorn Fox, stand 40 right.
And yeah, next up I think it will probably be Unicorn 1228.
Unicorn Fox,
but that's very quick to tune because there's no rush obviously to contact someone on Unicorn because there's no one there to contact. So I'm going to pre-tune Euro Control on this small chance we get handed straight off to them, but I have a feeling it'll be straight onto Unicorn. We've currently been cleared to 310. After that hopefully we'll get cleared
Golf climb for level
all the way up.
Climb flight level 360, speed level 13 golf.
So you've got a bit of a crosswind now, right now. In terms of, what do you call it? In terms of ground distance versus air distance, we have got a headwind today of about 22 miles, so nothing massive, just a little bit of a headwind today. On average, it works out at a headwind of 12 knots, so pretty normal. But yeah, just climbing up through the UK, currently over Birmingham. So we've been cleared up another 10,000 feet.
Request mission start stand 4.
But from there we'll have to request further clearance.
East 47 Romeo Tango, stand 4, push start approved, face to the east, QNH 1018.
Push approved, face to the east, QNH 108, TC 7 Romeo Tango.
There's been a wind change at Bilbao. It's still, it's 120 at 6 knots now, so it's perfect for a runway 12. So I think we're going to be using a runway 12, you know. Bilbao at the moment, I'm having a quick look. The last plane to land there was actually just a few minutes ago. Okay, half hour ago was the last plane to land. And they used runway... They're using runway 12 down in Bilbao. So the one that I've got plugged in looks like it's the one they're using. That's great. Passing flight level 250 now, inbound to Honolulu. Lots of, awful lot of waypoints on today's route. There was a very long route really for the length of the flight.
It's going to be a 9532 London Control, hello. Climb now flight level 150.
150, Scandinavian 9532.
Yeah, ATC, I think we'll get handed off to Unicom, unfortunately, before we get Euro Control. I'll have a look at my map to see where we exit. Yeah, it's going to be somewhere around Cowley, is where we're going to get handed off to Unicom. Probably that's not near enough to Euro Control sector, so... It'll probably be Unicom that we get handed off to. So we're kind of making the climb at about 1500 feet per minute, you can see there. I'd like to be cleared up to 370 quite soon, if I can. Someone's got an open mic on freak until they realised.
Speedbird 86 Lima Golf, contact London Control 133.7.
Over to 1337, 86 Lima Golf.
Easy 123, contact London 133.7.
133.7.
There's a bit of weather there off to the right hand side, but no problem. Cruising at max 784, so that's where we'll get a speed condition. Speed conversion.
370 scanning 532.
ESA 49 Uniform Fox from this taxi.
49 Uniform Foxtrot, taxi Hollow Point Alpha 1, runway 25 via Delta and Alpha. Do you need to backtrack?
Negative, no backtrack required. And Delta and Alpha to Alpha 1 holding 25 ESA 400 Uniform Fox.
Speedbird 551, ready for taxi.
Station calling for taxi.
Also, guys, there is a Fly UK screenshot competition going on right now, so I am also going to take a good photo on landing.
Heathrow top down, so please monitor Unicom 122 decimal.
Probably look at the replay, maybe. Everyone always thinks that everyone controls Heathrow. It's quite fun. So you should be controlling Heathrow. Heathrow is in London Central, but actually no. Heathrow Approach is online, that's why. Who knows then?
There's a Sandro Tango request, taxi and willing to backtrack.
I'm sorry, station calling say again?
Easy 74 Romeo Tango, request taxi at Luton and willing to backtrack.
74 Romeo Tango, roger, taxi Hollow Point to Alpha 1, runway 25 via Delta and Alpha.
Taxi 1 Romeo Alpha and runway 25 via Delta and Alpha, easy 7.
Right. We're closing in on 310. And we've just hit the max speed conversion as well, so this thing suddenly has pushed up its slightly. We'll wait to level off and then we'll request further climb. Skyways 860 requesting further climb.
Skyways 860, monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8. Bye.
Unicom 122 decimal 8. Bye. Skyways 860. Alright, so there we go. You can see there we're approaching. We're actually a little bit far away from Cowley, but there we go. Unicom. And this thing will now start to climb. You can see there it's going to start to climb up to sort of climb now. It's 370. And then after that it'll be Eurocontrol on 135.25. So that'll be the next frequency that we get given. They've only been online for half an hour, so hopefully I don't know. They haven't got an estimated log off time. There's also a mentor. They haven't got an estimated log off time either. So it looks like they're having a session of like 2 hours or 3 hours or something. So we should get a little bit of ATC. Maybe not all the way up to Bilbao, but at least a little bit. You can see they're climbing up to 370 now on Unicom. And we're using runway 12 down in Bilbao. Got lots of waypoints in this small gap, but then it does start to get less waypoints after we pass some of these. So this thing is now making its way up to 370. It's still under like 4,000 feet to climb yet, so. Wait, yeah, 4,000 feet. There's the contrail behind us. Very nice little plane this, the 737. So I can't wait for PMDG's 737 in the new flight. Someone said it hasn't. They are working on it. They posted some screenshots. Also today there will be a new. There is meant to be a brand new sort of just like development update from Microsoft Flight Sim. They release it every single Thursday. A development update about the sim, so I think it's every single Thursday anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's every Thursday, so... So when I wake up tomorrow, I'll probably have some screenshots and things to look at. Currently playing on the ground in Bilbao right now. Haven't followed the flight plan yet, so I can't see what they're doing, but then obviously, you know... there's also an EasyJet on the ground in Bristol that is heading to Bilbao, but we're just about to pass Bristol, and it hasn't actually got airborne yet, so we'll probably be there way before them. I guess it depends on the route they're taking, doesn't it? But because we're going pretty much from here, pretty much direct to Bilbao, really. It's 544 miles to Bilbao, and direct is only 506, so there's not really much difference there, which is good. We've only got 2,000 feet more to climb. We are crawling like a bit of a snail now. Not quite Airbus climb levels, but still pretty slow. kind of to be expected. We're making a right turn now, so we'll set this round as well. Gonna have some quite big gaps between waypoints today. There's one waypoint that has a gap. That's definitely the largest one of 147 miles. But apart from that, it's actually not that bad. There's a lot of waypoints at the very start of the route and things, so yeah, lots of twists and turns we're taking right at the start. So you've got another 1,000 feet left to go up now. Somewhere around, probably around Domok, somewhere around that waypoint is probably where we'll be getting contacted by Eurocontrol if they're still online. Hopefully they will be. This is what I mean. Obviously, I did think we would be on Unicom for a little bit. It's nice though, because Eurocontrol is so rarely online at the moment. I don't know why, but it's very rare to get Eurocontrol. So that is nice to get them. But there you go, we're approaching flight level 370 now.
Traffic, currently departing company by November 2 Whiskey, line from runway 27 left, Heathrow traffic.
That's Heathrow. Well, if that was Bristol then, but I said that there'd be no need to do Bristol traffic. Also, I am keeping an eye on Bristol because of the flight, because of the EasyJet on the ground there that is going to Bilbao. However, it hasn't yet taken off yet. Obviously, we are already at cruise. So I'll easily be there before it now. They've been on like an hour and a half, so they might have just connected and then like gone out for lunch or something, or maybe connected and then like maybe their SIM crashed or something, or maybe they just accidentally connected. I don't know, because sometimes people do connect and then just sit, or maybe it was like a flight plan from yesterday, and they've just still got it filed, even though they're not flying it. If you know what I mean, like. It could literally just be a mistake, like maybe they're just sitting there on the ground. Some people, I don't know, because some people do seem to do that. They file a flight plan, connect to the network, and then they just sit there for like, you know, they just sit there then for like 2 hours or whatever. And then they disconnect, and then they come back like 20 minutes later, and then suddenly take off. So it's a bit weird, but that does sometimes happen. So maybe that's what's going on. Because really at most it should only take half hour to prep one of these planes. Even from cold and dark, it shouldn't take much longer than half hour to prep, so... I mean really I can prep one of these things in 15-20 minutes really, from turnaround state. Cold and dark obviously you have to wait for the IRSs to align and things, but yeah. You can see here like, we're just jumping through all these waypoints. There is now less waypoints to be looking at on our map, which is kind of good. Bit less cluttered on there now. Obviously you can see weather and turbulence was active. There's no weather in the air at the moment, which is quite nice. You can see here's the lovely Fly UK old livery, the New Union Spirit livery that they've got. They updated it to a crystal livery, and I still haven't updated it.
Departed from runway 27 left, climbing to flight level 3.
So we're just about to pass over Southampton. I have got some quite nice scenery in store for Southampton. Although I'm not sure if the VOR is exactly over the airport. My guess would be that it is, and that looks like the shape of Southampton Airport actually. For some reason, there you can see it's loading in now. See there, it's just loading in. Also, we're up quite high, so the airports don't load it until almost last minute, really, because of that. Obviously, the new flight sim will change in terms of its loading. It's going to matter more based on the speed of the computer rather than... Yeah, the speed of the computer matters more than anything else. Like the speed of the internet is what I mean. The speed of the internet matters when it comes to downloading sceneries. And I think you can also pre-download certain areas of scenery. I've seen. I think you can. So that would mean, like, say you were maybe it was lagging to download. Maybe you fly in and out of the UK all the time, and you don't want it to lag a little bit while it loads. If you have dodgy internet or whatever, you can just download the UK scenery. Now, I don't know how big that would be. I think the game itself isn't the requirement 150 gig, I think the requirements. So it's a pretty massive game. It does require quite a bit of storage, and I imagine it'll take quite a while to install. You know, the largest game I actually have installed is Omdi 2. Actually, and Train Sim World. Train Sim World is also a massive game, but remember, that comes with all the DLCs. So it gets installed at separate times, and even then, I think Train Sim World is only 80 gig. And it obviously installed that multiple times, so like 20 gig for one DLC. So the initial game was only 20 gig, then 20 gig for another DLC, and then 10 gig for that DLC. It's like that. So and that's still 60 to 70 gig short of the 150 required by the new flight sim. And when they announced how big the game was going to be and the system specs, I had to delete quite a few games. Because I like to have at least 100 gig, preferably free, on a 1 terabyte storage drive. It's quite nice to have a little bit free, and you know, Windows does recommend it. It goes red if you use too much storage and there's only a little bit left. Obviously, things like Windows updates need a certain amount of storage and whatever. So it's always good to have a little bit free. So yeah, just setting our heading round because we turned white there. Now, we may get given a direct by Eurocontrol. It's often what they do because it's actually very quiet at the moment. So that's what they often do. I just dropped my drinks coaster, by the way, which is when that happened. That sound. But the plane in Bristol still hasn't taken off, and we're well past Bristol now, so we're definitely going to be in Bilbao first. Obviously, you know, because even once a plane takes off, you have to trundle around at 250 knots below 10,000 feet doing its SID before it can really get up to cruise altitude and cruise speed. Like right now we're doing 432 knots ground speed, so we've got about 21 knot headwind, so not the best, but no, my estimated flight time today was 1 hour and 48 minutes, however that was for a runway 30, so it may have changed. I'm just quickly going to check significant weather as well. I didn't check that, there's nothing there. No significant weather on today's route, so that's all fine. Going to make a little left turn here between Launer and Dornoch and then back on a sort of straight line course then. Only 489 miles to Bilbao. We're descending about 40 minutes, just short of 40 minutes, so got a little bit of time now to chill out. We'll actually have a look at the arrival actually, so let's set our arrival speed and we'll check the chart. So 111.15 and 118 for the call, so that's exactly what the plane has plugged in, and it's exactly what is on the charts. And yeah, 111.55. So 1155 and 118, that's correct, and 118 and 111.55. Yeah, that's correct in the FMC, the charts, and the plane. Everything's good. Minimums are going to be Rakatsi aircraft here, ILS. Depending on our missed approach climb gradient, we have to set different minimums. I imagine this thing is capable of a 5,000 missed approach gradient, right? I imagine this thing is capable of that, so minimums are going to be 614, 495 feet above the ground. This thing can climb pretty quickly, so I imagine, yeah, I think that might even be attitude. But yeah, 614 is going to be on the minimums. There we go, that's fine. And in terms of landing altitude, Bilbao is at an altitude of 136. So that's going to be a landing altitude of 150. There you go, that's everything all planned and ready then for our arrival, which is great. I will just check the arrival quickly, make sure there's no restrictions. We need to be above 100 at mapax, yep, and then it's just an arc. It's an arc to turn all the way around that this plane is following to Azpez, and then a bit more of an arc to Caldo. Oh no, Caldo is on the other one, sorry. That's on the 2 Zulu. We're heading to Sunia. However, I deleted Sunia because that's part of the ILS. It's a bit of a weird sort of mix. So I want to be on the ILS instead. You can head from Sunia, and then do a loop round. You can do that, but I'm not going to do that, obviously. If it was busy in real life, maybe they do it as like a holding pattern kind of thing. In real life, Bilbao might be one of the airports where you could expect vectors. Obviously, you know, the thing is, there is a difference between the sort of procedures you do on Vatsim and in real world. Because in the real world, you have ATC everywhere. In Vatsim, especially, we have Eurocontrol, remember? So Eurocontrol is only going to cover us above flight level 240. They're not going to cover us below that. So once we start our descent, they're just going to hand us off to Unicom. Really, or at least a little bit into our descent, we'll just be on Unicom. So we're not within Eurocontrol's airspace yet, but when passing Launa or Domok, somewhere around there, I suspect we're going to get a contact me from Eurocontrol on 13525, which we have pre-tuned in there. So it's all good. So I'll just go back now to page number 1. We can see there not many waypoints now until Bilbao because of that massive gap between waypoints we have later on. Because it isn't the longest of flights, this one. It's quite long, but it's not like as long as some of the ones I do. It's pretty average length, really. Bilbao is a lovely airport. It's perfect length away from the UK as well. And also, with all the nice mountains around Bilbao, obviously we don't really get to see the full beauty of those mountains in this sim. I'll show you the charts just to tell you. I mean, look at this. Look how many hills, you know. Look how many hills and mountains there are. So in the new Microsoft Flight Sim, I think Bilbao is going to be a place that looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to definitely fly myself down there. I'm hoping this PC will be able to run high settings. I think it should be capable of. It won't be able to run high. It'll be able to run high end, but not ultra. It won't be able to run ultra. I've seen on some YouTubers, ultra settings in a big city like London is enough to max out a 2080 Ti, otherwise known as pretty much the best graphics card on the market. So I do think it's a bit silly that it does use a bit too much. It's very GPU heavy apparently. This new sim, which I'm not massively happy about, but. I think it should be more balanced, really. The fact that it's not good enough for the best, you know, really, a 2080 Ti should be able to run anything. But I guess that obviously the 3000 series are coming out, I believe, around October. I will just search it now. When is 3080 series graphics? Yeah, coming out. It's coming out autumn 2020, so yeah. So that's the plan. So it's looking like autumn is going to be when it releases, so that'll be nice. If I can get, because I'm looking for a new PC, and at the moment I'm looking to get a 1660 in the new PC. But if the 2080 drops in price, I may be able to get a 2080 in there. I don't know, but I might be able to do that. Depending on what I get, we'll have to see. We're approaching Launa, where we're going to make the left turn to Domok, and then the right turn then. Pretty much a straight line from there almost to Jersey. No, not Jersey, one more like Bilbao. We are flying quite close to Jersey. Actually, no planes in the area right now on Vatsim. Absolutely nothing, you can see there. And I'm right-clicking too much, which is dangerous. See there, we can also get views from here too, which is quite nice, I think. Yeah, we're having a look outside now. Sadly, no ATC down in Bilbao, but not really to be expected, honestly. Bilbao is not a very big airport, really, so whatever. The plane down in Bristol is still on the ground, so yeah, we're going to have Bilbao to ourselves. The plane that was there departing is actually disconnected, so who knows. I'm waiting on that contact me from Eurocontrol. We are just about to enter the Brest airspace, which is covered by Eurocontrol, so I don't know why. I'll have a look now. We should pass into their sector at Lauma, and we've just passed Lauma, so I'm waiting any time now for the contact me from them. However, nothing yet, obviously. Maybe they're waiting till after Dormok, I don't know. But yeah, we should get a contact me anytime soon from them. Eurocontrol West on 13525. And I believe they have got a mentor online as well, like a trainer. It says Eurocontrol T. So there's 2 online, I think. So maybe a bit of a new controller. I don't know. He is actually because you can see the controller rating. So having a trading session there, maybe like a mentoring session or something. So maybe new to Eurocontrol. But at the moment, no contact. We'll wait until after Domok, and then maybe we'll have to contact the controller to be like, should I contact you now? Because I don't know, maybe they've forgotten to send a contact me message, or maybe I haven't appeared on their radar just yet, or maybe I don't know. But I don't think the contact me message is automated. I'm pretty sure the controller has to send it. I don't really know for certain. Obviously, I don't do Vatsim controlling, so I wouldn't be the best person to answer that. Backing onto the landing checklist ready now. Down in Bilbao, it's 8,500 foot runway, quite a long runway then. We're going to be landing and then vacating, taxiing to stand, I don't know, between 1 and 9 really. I don't really mind. Probably like stand 7, something like that. That's why I haven't got any scene for Bilbao. It's still a very small airport. I don't think it's really changed in quite a while. So we have some new weather through for Bilbao. 100 at 6 knots. So oh wow, it's an absolute scorcher of a day. 38 degrees, 100 Fahrenheit, 3 digits if you're counting in Fahrenheit. 38 degrees C. That is properly cooking. That's warm. Wow. Obviously, we can't enter in anything like landing, but that's amazing. Right, descent and forecast. Actually, I'm going to set our transition altitude, which is... Transition altitude is 6,000. I haven't actually done that yet, so I'll do that now. There we go, back, and there. So that's that bit done as well, ready for landing. Obviously, we're not descending yet for about 40 minutes. I still haven't received a contact me from Eurocontrol. I'm probably going to give it 2 minutes. If I still haven't received anything, I'll give them a little private message, because it's a bit unusual now. Normally controllers can sometimes be a bit late, but not normally like 2.5 waypoints late. You know, it's a good 30-40 miles. Normally it's like 20 miles late maybe. It's not normally by a lot. So I'll give them another minute, and then I'll give them until like probably like 13, 18 in the game. Because yeah, there is a little bit. My game is about a minute ahead of real life, so give them a little sort of private message, see if because it could be that they're not accepting planes. Maybe, I don't know. For whatever reason, maybe it's just like maybe they're having like a mentor session and not bothering to control any traffic, but they have to be online obviously to do it. I don't know. I have no clue. So you can see there, like, I'm well inside their sector, so... They are covering breast control, it says it in their remarks. So I don't know why they're not contacting me. It's a little bit weird. We are well within their sector now as well, so... I don't know, maybe I'll give it until Basic. Maybe that's their boundary today. Maybe they're using a bit of a later boundary. Basic is actually where we hit the land of France rather than the sea. So maybe they're waiting to do that. But anything past Basic, we'll go ahead and give them a little sort of, excuse me. Am I meant to be on your frequency? Who knows? According to SimBrief, look, if we were on time, we should have entered their sector 34 minutes into the flight. So using that logic, we've been in their airspace for 5 minutes now. It's quite a while. So yeah, who knows? Okay, it's looking like they're not going to be contacting us yet, are they? I don't know what's going on with Eurocontrol. I said maybe they've made their controls like sort of boundaries a little bit smaller today or something. I don't know. Hope everyone's liking the graphic of the Microsoft Flight Sim timer in the bottom left. Not long now, is it? Not long. Exciting. Be very interesting, that. Very interesting. We'll wait until we're over France itself and then see if they're going to contact the Eurocontrol, because at the moment I don't think they are. Who knows? Been quite nice outside. It's a nice plane, this, isn't it? So I can also use it as a way of telling the delay between my streams as well. Like between my phone and my live stream, I can tell the gap. It's actually a 40-second delay today. No, sorry, I was reading it wrong. 20-second delay. I was reading it wrong initially. Yeah, 20 seconds. So it is normally about 20 seconds, which is an average. So that's pretty good. And the plane in Bristol still hasn't taken off, so I don't know what they're doing. I think they're just sitting there, honestly. It's a bit confusing. But yeah, I'll wait until I pass Basic, and then I'll give them a private message. It's a bit strange that they haven't already contacted me, really, but... I said maybe they've moved their control boundary. We're about to pass Basic now, so yeah, when I pass it, give them a little private message, I think, because don't know what's going on, but I said no contact me yet from the controller. The little private message that gets sent saying contact me on and then the frequency that all controllers do send out. So I don't know what's going on there. We'll also set auto brakes 2 for landing. That's what's going to be used today, I think. 2. Making the left turn at Bassic, and we are now over France, meaning that they're definitely controlling us. Obviously, French airspace does extend a bit further than actual French, like from France itself, but yeah. Okay, I think we'll give the Eurocontrol Centre a little private message, I think. There. They still haven't sent anything out, so I'm gonna, because we are in their airspace and have been for quite a while, so I just sent a message out, because who knows, honestly, who knows. See what they say. Okay. Apparently, yeah, so it is the trainee needs to contact me. So the trainee is the other one, the one with the T. I thought the T was the trainer, not the trainee. So basically I have to wait to get contacted by the trainee. So that's obviously what's going on there. So we just have to sit and wait. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but whatever, I guess. We'll just see how on Unicom for now. So we've got 143 miles left to Novan, descending in about half hour, just under half hour, 28 minutes. We're descending about 140 miles out, so pretty average. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but we'll wait for the contact me from Eurocontrol West trainee. I don't know, maybe it's like a trainee exam going on and it just isn't quite familiar with it, I don't know. Who knows? But obviously, as the pilot, my job is just to sit back and wait for it. Obviously in real life, you just have full ATC the whole way and this wouldn't be a thing. But this isn't real life, it's a sim, so it does happen. There are gaps without any ATC at all. Most of the time, especially in the mornings, a whole flight without ATC is pretty common, so... Yeah, we'll wait for Eurocontrol to contact us then. I said we're well into their airspace, but who knows? Who knows? There's the lovely winglet. It is a very nice livery, this. Now I love the texture on the winglets. Like, look at that. And even though I can't have realistic scenery in this FSX, I can get realistic planes. But right now, we're taking a straight line across France and then across the Bay of Biscay, descending down into Bilbao. And then obviously there's that sort of like arced style that you have at Bilbao. It's quite nice. The arrival, it's like a sort of a massive arc. It's nice. Still haven't been contacted by Eurocontrol. Yeah, by now I really should have been. Like, I'm halfway across France. Like, who knows? As I said, I have tried to contact them and they said, and the mentor said to me, wait for the trainer to contact me. And yeah, it still hasn't happened. Never mind. Never mind. In terms of weather in Bilbao, there should be some new weather in about 10 minutes-ish. QNH down there right now, 1012. Obviously 38 degrees, it's so warm, it's unbelievable. Whatever, we're yeah, just currently making our way along towards Novan. So yeah, right now just sort of waiting for a contact me from Eurocontrol. Still nothing, so we continue on. 154 miles till descent, so only 20 minutes actually until we're making our way down. So really not long. Looks like it's going to be quite a quick descent actually. Okay, see how that goes. After map acts, it's going to be a very quick descent. Because of course we need to be above 10,000 map acts. And we need to be at 250 knots or below. We need to be max 250 knots below 12,000 feet, so okay. Put that in here, and you can see there that's changed our speed restriction. So you can see there 240 knots. So basically, just raises the planned slowdown by 2,000 feet. Is basically what it does, because that's what it says on the chart. It says here speed max 250 knots at or below flight level 120. So that's on the start. So it's just a good idea in general to go doing that. No descent path after map acts, yeah. The game is quite cross with us. The plane is not happy about our descent plans, really, but that's kind of it, really. That's a restriction, so it can be cross all it likes. We haven't been contacted by Eurocontrol though. That is so weird. I'm guessing what it is, judging by the response I got from the other Eurocontrol, there must be an exam going on for that Eurocontrol controller, and maybe, I don't know, if it's his first time, second time doing it, and maybe doesn't know his way around doing Eurocontrol, looking around all the sectors, or maybe they're just controlling parts of the sectors because it's an exam. I don't know. Obviously I wouldn't know that, but by the looks of it, yeah, that's probably why they haven't contacted me. It's probably because of that. Who knows? Who knows? As I said, I haven't already tried to ask them, and they said just wait to get the call. So yeah, that's that. We've got 270 miles left to descend. No, left until Bilbao. So not massively long now. 18 minutes until our descent. So this flight has flown by. This last sort of 15 minutes in particular, really flown by. I'm just looking now to see if there has been an update to Microsoft Flight Sim's development updates. They post them every single week. But who knows? No, they haven't posted their next plans yet, so I don't know what's going on there. But as I said, every single week on a Thursday they do release a development update about how the sim is going. They'll be one this week, and then probably the last one will probably be next week. They probably will keep doing it weekly actually, but yeah. Obviously the release is just under 2 weeks away now, so really not that far, not that long to wait. I am so excited for this new sim, so just wow. So approaching Novan, we're going to be descending. I don't think we're going to get any control from Eurocontrol today. Maybe they're just controlling Spain. Maybe they're just controlling. I don't know. I think maybe they're just controlling Spain now. I don't know. Who knows? But whatever's going on, it's not exactly normal. With the amount of normally I would just get into their sector and within 20, 30, maybe 40 miles. Anything further than 40 to 50 miles is a little bit stretched. It's a bit odd. They haven't bothered to contact me. It could be someone doesn't really know what they're doing because of the fact it's an exam and whatever. And it could also just be, I don't know, they are just controlling a certain area of the sector. I don't know. Well, it doesn't say that in their remarks, but the remarks tend to be just default. They never really change. So who knows? But yeah, only 40 miles now to Novan. I'm getting a bit of a headwind still. No clouds, that's nice. Obviously we are above France heading into Spain, so you can kind of expect there to be no cloud. That's very nice. With absolutely no cloud out there. Very nice indeed. Yeah, 34 nautical miles now to Novan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're getting colour coverage from Eurocontrol today. In fact, they've just gone offline. One of the not the mentor, but yeah, the mentor's gone offline, and the trainee is still online. So I don't know what's going on there, but honestly, like all at once, actually, all of them just go offline. Like London Centre's now offline. As yeah, they go. Eurocontrol's just disconnected, so we never had any Eurocontrol in the end. Then bit of a shame, but never mind. We'll just continue on to Bilbao as normal now. No need to be contacting no need to be saying anything on Unicom about Bilbao, as there's literally nothing there. This comes down 10,000 now, ready for descent. Obviously 10,000 is our initial descent because that's we need to be above that at MAPAX. And remember, we need to be in the case of Bilbao, you need to be below flight level 120 at 250 knots rather than 100 as usual. So we'll just set that in there too. But yeah, literally one by one, all the ATC just went offline on my client. I think Brussels control and London control I may have just gone out of range of, rather than going offline. But yeah, my V pilot has gone from being very full to literally not a single plane on there. But you see they're 951 hours in the sim, so getting close to that 1,000. I'm not going to be able to get 1,000 unfortunately, but no. Yeah, 1,000 hours might not be quite possible, but I'm getting close. See, 10 miles left to north, I'll make a little left turn. There's our top of descent up there as well, we can see. So that's nice. So you see there, 70 miles, because even though this thing says it has 80-mile range, it's a little bit less than 80-mile range. So yeah, really not long, just 10 minutes until the descent. Now we're descending down to 10,000 initially. We've got Bilbao Airport to our south. I'm looking for, I don't know, we should get in the next 2 minutes really, a weather update for Bilbao for 2:30, because I still haven't had that. Just check our landing speed, make sure it's accurate. It has dropped by 2 knots. ILS course and ILS frequency, the ILS frequency is ready to go and the ILS course is in. So that's all good. Yeah, we never contacted by Eurocontrol in the end. Obviously, they've just gone offline now anyway. So, oh wow. Never mind. No ATC for us. Unless you want to use FSX Default ATC. We'll be using that in a week's time. Obviously, tonight, 7 PM BST approximately, maybe 4 PM if I can get it out. I won't be able to get it out for 4 though. I think it'll probably be 7. Maybe I'll try 5, I don't know. Sometime this evening, BST time, we'll have a I'll have a video posted about my plans for next week. Next week we're doing 5 days of special stream. 5? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. 5 days of special streaming. And I'll detail more about that. It's the final week of FSX. I'm going to be trying out Pro ATC. Again, I'm going to be using some default aircraft. We're going to be taking part in a Vatsim event on the Wednesday night as always, and just a regular normal, we're going to do a nice cargo flight in the 777 as well to unfortunately say bye to the PODG 777 that I did not get to fly nearly as much as I wanted. Literally, I paid about I paid £70 for it, and then about 2 to 4 weeks, I think about 2 to 3 weeks later, the announcement came out about the new flight sim. I was quite annoyed, but whatever. I still got a good bit of flying, and we're going to get one more flight out of it before the flight sim is not used. And of course, depending on how Vatsim events pan out on the new sim, and how the planes themselves in the new sim work out. The new sim, as the planes at the moment are not quite as good as they could be. The paywork, as in the airliners. They could be a little bit more detailed in terms of things like VNAV. I have seen they appear to have some problems with. So if that all gets fixed, then we'll be doing solely flight sim. But the new flight sim, maybe though, I will go back to FSX a little bit to see, to fly some of these payware aircraft until those payware aircraft for the new flight sim come out. I said we're going to have a little look at the new sim first. I'm going to, obviously, all I've seen at the moment, all these issues I'm talking about are from the pre-release version that some YouTubers have been playing. If you look on YouTube, there's lots of content about the new game now, and I have been watching quite a bit of it, so but we'll see. But yeah, for now, next week will be the last week of me playing FSX. I've had this game for almost 2 years now, been playing an awful lot of it. As you've seen, I'm almost approaching 1,000 hours. It's the game I've played the most. I have spent the most hours into. I've probably spent the most money on as well. Although obviously has got quite a few DLCs. I think this game I've definitely spent more on. So it's a pretty amazing little game, really. This. But obviously this game right from the off did need replacing, to be honest. This game has been out 14 years. and it was looking, obviously Microsoft were releasing them every 2 years pretty much. I think there was like Flight Sim 98 and then FS9 and then FSX, and then all of a sudden that was it, nothing else. Until now, obviously. I think they are developed by slightly different companies. I think it's Sobo Gaming Studios that are developing this flight sim, rather than I think it was Dovetail who made this sim. Obviously, the reason it's called Microsoft Flight Sim, it is partly developed by Microsoft Flight, and it was also, of course, published by Microsoft, as is the new one. It is still published by Microsoft and is available on the Microsoft Store. However, I'm going to be getting it on Steam because I prefer Steam. It's where all my games are from. It's nice to keep all the games in one place. I was very happy actually when they said they were going to put it on Steam. It's quite nice. Right, we're going to be descending in just under 40 miles, 35 miles, so literally 5 minutes until making our way down. So that's nice. Going very quickly this flight actually. Hopefully we can have a nice smooth landing in Bilbao. Maybe I'll try keeping the auto throttle in until the last minute. That's what I did last week when landing in Gatwick after our flight from Reyes. And I had an absolutely wonderful landing, like minus 112 or something, minus 113, a very good landing by my standards. As I said, the Airbus I do always have rocky landings in, but the Airbus isn't my fault. That is because I don't have a joystick. And again, in the new flights and the flight physics in terms of the landings, it does appear to be quite difficult to nail landings. Now again, in terms of my streaming, I will have to test this. But I don't know how the new sim is going to cope with my overlay. My overlay certainly won't work. Anything on the left-hand side that you see of my overlay will not work in the new sim unless my overlay is able to connect to it. The things on the right side are text entered in. I enter them in via text. But the things on the left are... they're based on they're based on other things. So see what I can do. I could probably modify the altitude one so that it said cruise altitude, and I could type my cruise altitude in there, but I couldn't do anything about the thing about the distance to go and. That's the ETA as well. I could also get an ETA together from what my plane says, but again I'd have to type it in manually every time. But I could probably get away with some of those things. But the ground speed, there's no way of because the speed is the one thing that constantly changes. Unlike altitude, where when we get it cruise, it stays. And again, ETA doesn't change, so I can get around those. Ground speed is constantly changing, so I can't type that in every time. Again, I can't type in my cruise speed, I guess, but that's not normally accurate, and that's in true airspeed as well. But we are approaching our descent, just 18 miles now. We should have had an update weather. The weather has updated in Bilbao. It's now 040 at 4 degrees. We've got a bit more of a crosswind. It's still much better to land on 112. Temperature's 38 degrees still, QNH is still 1012. I'll get that pre-tuned in there. And that is it. And it'll be very nice steady descent then down to 10,000 feet. From there it's going to be a bit of a sharp descent, I think. Not the best, but it is going to be a bit of a sharp descent down that arc. They are 1,000 feet in 3 miles, even at 250 knots, is quite difficult. So I don't know how this thing is going to cope with that, but well, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Obviously a plane must be able to do it, otherwise it wouldn't be a restriction, would it? But whatever. we are now descending. Pepette is the next waypoint. Miles to Pepette, and then we'll make a left turn. And we're going to do a pretty, so far looks like it's doing a pretty quick descent. I don't know how long it'll keep that up for, but down we go. No need to report on Unicom as there is no traffic approaching Bilbao. That EasyJet that was in Bristol has finally departed. It was on the ground for about 2 hours before it, actually more than that. It's been on the network for an hour. Oh, we must have disconnected at one point then, but yeah. Obviously that's just taking off as we are landing, so obviously we're going to be there way before it, about an hour and a half before it in fact. So no problems there. We have Bilbao to our south. We're a little left turn now after Pepette. We're just passing Pepette, so now it's 69 miles to Nenem, quite a long gap. Placing a bit of a quick descent here between waypoints, and then it suddenly catches back up with itself again. And then now, between here and Nenem, between here and Mapax, it's a very nice calm descent, down to 10,000 feet. From there though, it is going to be a bit more of a quick descent probably, as we arc the approach into Bilbao. So yeah, we've already descended about 5,000 feet, and we've got more left to descend yet. Make sure heading's set accurately to where we currently are. Perfect. We've got another 20,000 feet left to descend yet, so still a bit longer to go. So there's the contrail behind us. That'll probably stay for quite a while. Actually, no, not very long at all. That's what I mean, because it's so warm outside. That will disappear as soon as we pass a certain temperature, because it's very warm, 38 degrees in Bilbao, so pretty mad. Even up here at 29,000 feet, it's only -8 outside true air temperature, so it's not. It is very warm. I mean, really, you could probably survive with a winter jacket and gloves and hat out here at this temperature. In fact, it's just gone to -6 at 28,000, so yeah, pretty mad. It's because of how warm it is. I said it's 38 degrees right now on the ground in Bilbao, so we'll have a bit of a decreased engine performance on landing probably, but obviously it doesn't really matter. We're using auto brakes 2 today. It is getting on the hot side for these planes. Obviously, you know, Bilbao is a bit of a... I'm not sure how much of a holiday hotspot it really is. I don't think TUI and things do holiday packages there, but normally it's the other coast of Spain that's a bit more touristy, but still pretty warm. It's surprising how warm it is as well, because it's northern Spain. It's very north in Spain. If I look at Malaga, which is normally one of the hottest parts of Spain, which is Why do I not know the code for Malaga? LEMG. It is right now in Malaga. Wait, it's 30 degrees in Malaga. And it's 30 degrees in Palma. And in Oviedo, it's 25 degrees. Why is it so warm in Bilbao? It's like between, like another place. So Oviedo, which is also in the north of Spain, very close to Bilbao, is 13 degrees colder. And then one of the hottest parts of the country, Malaga and Palma, are both 30 degrees. So how is it 38 in Bilbao? How is it 8 degrees higher than the south of Spain? And 13 degrees higher than the north of Spain? Why is it so warm? Okay, and then Bordeaux is also very close. And that's 35. So there must be a bit of a heat thing, because that's unusually high for Bordeaux. So there must be some maybe a heat wave passing that area or something. It's actually positive temperature outside right now. At 25,000 feet, it's a positive temperature. That's absolutely insane. You can see there we've already descended 13,000 feet. Still another 14,000 feet left to go to Mapax. Obviously we're slowing down at 12,000 on this flight rather than the usual 10,000 because of restriction on the star. No ATC unfortunately, but never mind. We've never even got any from Eurocontrol, so never mind. Never mind. Yeah, it's a lovely approach into Bilbao. Oh, we are going a little bit quickly. See there, look, 240 at 120 on the speed restriction. Yeah, we are going a little bit too quickly, so we'll just deploy the speed brakes to help us slow down a touch. Don't know how long we're going too quickly for. I didn't think it was that. Couldn't have been that long. But yeah, look at that, no cloud anywhere to be seen. I'm getting lovely FPS, 40 FPS, 30 FPS, which in this game feels very smooth, feels much smoother than 40 FPS actually is. In this game you can't really tell the difference between 35 and 60 FPS, honestly. And then as soon as it drops below 25, you suddenly notice all the difference. I have no idea why, it's very strange, but whatever, that's just how it is, I guess. 32-bit optimization and a game that's 14 years old, I guess, doesn't really go together, does it, with good optimization. We're passing 20,000 feet now. See, there's the slowing down marks before Mapax, which is coming up. This thing is going to absolutely use all the available altitude it can to get to 10,000 at Mapax, because it's to try and avoid as much of a steep descent afterwards, because it's going to be quite a steep descent, I think, after Mapax. So we'll probably want to keep the speed brakes out for the majority of the descent to help us get a better descent rate. Closing in on Nenem now, only 14 miles to Nenem, only 73 miles to Bilbao now, so not very far left to run at all. Even if Eurocontrol were online right now, we wouldn't have any ATC from them anymore. And drag's required once again, so I'll go ahead and put out the speed brakes. Yeah, this thing does gain speed quite a bit when it wants to. That is definitely certain. So I think we have actually saved ourselves quite a bit of flight time by taking runway. Like the arc on runway 12 is not as much of an arc for runway 30. Normally I do approach on runway 30, but today they're using 12 because of the winds. We'll retract the speed brakes once again. Probably need them in a bit though, because this thing seems to gain altitude quite easily. Not altitude, speed. It seems to gain speed quite easily. So who knows, really. We'll keep an eye on it. This is going to 20 nautical mile range now. Make sure I can see everything all fine and good. Yeah, estimated flight time was 1 hour and 48 minutes, so we might be a little bit early. I don't know. It'd be nice if we are. Yeah, no ATC at all for us, unfortunately. Never mind. Never mind. Just when I thought we were going to get... I don't know, Eurocontrol, I don't know what it is, but I remember when they were almost always online. Like, you quite frequently get Eurocontrol, but recently, like in the last few months, they just have not been online nearly as much. 23 miles to Mapax now as we make our right turn towards the star. 6,000 is the transition altitude here in Bilbao. So that's what we'll be setting. The QNH is only 1012, so not a massive jump of altitude, really. Testing the lights out there, makes I accidentally flipped it into dim, so make sure it's bright. There we go. See there that this thing is making a pretty good effort actually to get to Mapax at 7,000. This thing will have to slow down now to 240 knots, a little bit earlier than planned because we're because of the restriction on the star. I just wanted to make sure that we would be below with 240 knots before Mapax. It's not a restriction on the waypoint; it's a restriction on the altitude. So normally we'd have to slow down at 10,000 feet, we're slowing down at 12,000 feet today. It's a little bit different to normal. That's how it is. So you can see that our descent rate will properly slow down and this thing will start to ease down. Also, I do want to make sure we are at 240 knots before Mapax as well, really. Just because, I don't want to have any extra slowing down to do once we get there because of the fact I just want to deploy the speed brakes and do a pretty quick descent, really, if possible, because of how the arrival is. Also, since we're just going to be going around in an arc, I can't set the heading to that. So we're going to set runway heading now, which is 118. I'm going to tune the ILS frequency, which is 11155, and the course is 118. Landing speed is good. You can see there it's got it pre-tuned there. Don't know why the decel thing is flickering so much, but it is. And now we're slowed down safely. I'm going to set this down to our ILS altitude of 3,500. There we go. And for now, we don't need speed brakes, but we probably will after we pass Mapax, I think. So you can see, look at all those lovely hills, look. This is going to look so beautiful on the new sim. Honestly, it looks nice on this game, and I remember there is a screenshot competition being held by Fly UK right now. So, and the theme is clear to land. So I'm going to be, I think, making myself a, I'm going to be setting a, I'm going to be taking myself a screenshot on landing. So I'll probably do it once the gear's down. Probably take a little screenshot then. Okay, we're approaching map axe now, so this can go down to 10 nautical mile range. So there you go, right, the speed brake's out now because you can see we're actually slightly drifting above 240 knots now. I want to make sure we aren't as slow as possible so we can descend properly. It's going to be a pretty sharp descent. There's only 37 miles to go and we're up here at 10,000 feet, so I imagine this thing is going to want to absolutely just punch it on the descent now. 10,000 feet landing lights on, and seatbelts on as well. Those could have been turned on a little bit earlier, I think, but never mind. Don't know what's going on with the decel point there, constantly moving around. Actually, the descent isn't quite as steep as I thought it would be, considering the plane said it didn't have a descent path after map axe. Obviously, it did, otherwise it wouldn't be this weird about it. But there we go, never mind. Maybe because we slowed down a bit early. I'm trying to get in a good screenshot position. So I'll probably take one from the tail cam and then one from outside because you're allowed to submit to. Okay, this thing's now going to start. This is the start of the arc now, the right turn on an arc all the way around. Now. And this thing wants to start slowing down, weirdly. It's a little bit early for that, but I'm going to make it go 220 knots, I think. I'm going to go flaps 2. And we're a little bit high apparently. That's amazing. That's not happened before. How are we high? Seriously though, how are we too high? Like, does someone want to explain that? I mean, now we're too high. We were too low, is what I meant to say the first time. So that made no sense. But there we go. Slowing down now. Make sure we're on course. Faffy approach that this is. Now I want to slow this thing down to about 210 knots now. And we'll bring in flaps 5. So straight ahead here, gonna make a left turn. there, we've slowed ourselves down. There's 6,000 feet, QNH 1012 is set. No new weather for Bilbao, so that's all fine. We are going to have a slight bit of a crosswind, but it's only 4 knots actually, so not really any wind at all actually. We'll go ahead and turn us down to 5 nautical mile range. I'll go ahead and arm the approach now as well. That button doesn't light up. You can see there we've got the ILS tuned, currently 18 DME. And go around altitude today is 4,000. Obviously I need to set 3,500 in there until we've intercepted the glide path, but yeah. And then we're making an arced turn then onto the ILS. Down to 200 knots now. And can go flaps 10 at 210 knots. Yeah, below 210 knots, so that means we can go flaps 10. Down to 180 on there then, and the furthest we can go is flaps 10. Can't go any further than that, otherwise the plane will just shout at us. You can see there this plane's now going to try and pitch down to get back on the approach course. Still waiting on the ILS to capture. Yeah, that's the first green shot, and then the next one. And I'll take that one as well. There you go, I've got 3 screenshots, I'll decide later which ones are the best. And then that one. There you go, I'll be able to decide which ones are the best from that. But anyway, right, screenshot rubbish over now. We're on the localizer, we're still waiting for the glide path. Before I can set 4,000 in here. We are currently 10 miles out, so we'll drop it to 160 knots now. And this thing is now level at 3,500 feet. There you go, there's the glide path up to 4,000. That goes then. And we're now on the ILS, ready for touchdown. Honestly, this is going to look so beautiful in the new flight sim. It looks beautiful in this game. Right, imagine how nice it's going to look so much better in the new sim as well. It's going to look so amazing. Oh, that's a good look there, actually. Right, drop the gear, and we'll go final approach speed now as well, 137. And there we go. Right, screenshot rubbish is over, all finished with now, so we can go ahead and flaps can go a bit further now, the gear is down. Flaps all the way. Everything's ready for landing now. Apart from engine starts, which is then going to continuous. Everything is all good now and ready. We're 6 miles out, so we'll go ahead and take manual control of the aircraft. It's actually an 8 knot crosswind. Well, not really a crosswind, it's a bit of both really, but it does look like it's not quite, the weather's not exactly what it said in the weather report, at least right now anyway. That may change. Weather report has actually changed though, so it is now 090 at 5 knots. QH is still 1012, it's actually 39 degrees now. It's mad, it's so warm. 39 degrees, wow. Imagine honestly if I was living in Bilbao now I'd be sweating like mad. That's warm. The plane is being blown a little bit around. But we are ready for landing. Water brakes 2 is set. Actually, we need to arm the spoilers and do that now. You can see our plane on the runway. Bilbao traffic, Skyways 860, final runway 12, Bilbao traffic. Now, I know there's no other planes approaching, but I may as well just mention that on Unicom, just in case someone's just spawned in the last 30 seconds, who happens to be doing an immediate taxi to the runway or something, I don't know. We're a little bit high. Pappy lights are just displaying all white. I'm not sure how well the pappy lights actually work in this game though, so obviously we're looking for 2 white, 2 red. White means we're too high, red means we're too low, but somehow I don't think pappy lights are really modelled in this game. But who knows? See, those pappy lights are not working. Like, according to them, we're far too high. We're clearly not high. Continue. I think one has gone red. Maybe it's also the bloom on the lights that makes pappy lights very difficult to see in this game. Yeah, they're still saying all white look, meaning we're too high, so they're clearly not accurate. There's 300. Yeah, those pappy lights are nowhere near accurate, are they? They're still saying 4 white. How can we be too high? We're at 100 feet. Can't possibly be too high now. And take out the auto throttle. And idle it. Is this the formula for a good landing? No, actually, minus 390, still not that good. I guess that one landing we did was just really lucky then. Well, that landing did feel a bit smoother than a minus 390. And down. 80 knots. Stop the clock there. We're 7 minutes quicker than planned. That's nice. We have flown 30 miles less than planned as well. Manual braking. All brakes off. We've pretty much gone full length for the runway here. Right, disarm the spoilers. And flaps come in. Disarm the auto brakes. Off on the engine start switches. Taxi light on. On goes the APU. Off go the landing lights. And hello and welcome everyone to Bilbao. We'll go ahead and vacate the runway. Bilbao traffic. Skyways 860 vacated runway 12. Bilbao traffic. Alright. Perfect. Hello and welcome everybody to Bilbao. We're going to go ahead and taxi to stand 7, if that exists in this. No, it only goes up to 4. So it's not the most accurate of scenery, but it's pretty good scenery actually, and it is mostly in the right place as well, so that's why I don't really need to get scenery for Bilbao. It's actually pretty accurate in itself. Oh, great. Oh, I thought GSX crashed the game for a minute then. Skytrack actually finished recording at that moment. It thought that the game had crashed fully, so that was interesting. So I just submitted the flight now, because luckily we had landed, so it was okay with it. There you go. I'm going to make a right turn, then the gate's just off there. On goes the APU power. And there we go. Right, this can go on to menu actually, and ground connections, ready for the wheel chocks. And there we go. Hello and welcome everybody to Bilbao. Flight time 1 hour 41, so we're 7 minutes shorter than planned. That's rather nice. No ATC in the end after London. I was expecting Eurocontrol, but they went offline and they never even bothered to contact me, so whatever. There'll be a right turn here. The scenery is mildly in the wrong place, but not too bad. We're going to make a right turn here on Alpha 2. To be fair, actually, those stands are actually still there. So this scenery is not out of date at all. It's just that stand 7, 8 and 9 must be classed as GA ramps rather than gates. But yeah, it's not a big airport, Bilbao. Really not that big an airport. But here we are approaching. That was a wonderful approach, actually. Looked very nice. Quite a nice little looking thing there. Good camera for parking this. never parked in this camera before. We should try parking it now. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because there's clearly some scenery bugs there. Not scenery bugs, but like texture things where we're sort of seeing through the floor. Rather not do that. And I go, it's a nice straight in taxi then all the way to the stand. Can't actually see the distance, though. I can see the distance now. We're a little bit too close to the jetway for a minute there. There we go. The jetway's quite high up, actually, this one. It's a little bit close to where we park, but okay. Never mind. I've just idled the power. We'll let it roll to a stop then. There we go. And engine 1 off, engine 2 off, wheel chocks on, parking brakes off, ground power is set, and ground power on, APU off, off go all the lights and the strobe lights and everything. They just go back to steady. Packs can come off, fuel pumps off. Very good parking. We're going to dance from GSX. Now, sometimes they say you've got good parking and they just bow. Other times they do a dance. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's just random what they do. And we'll go ahead and request deboarding. We're connecting the jetway now, which is a little bit too high up, the jetway, but... Although, actually, oh, there you go. It was able to sink down to match up with our door, which is good. So the jetway's connected pretty well. I've seen the new game, actually. The jetways do appear to be very good. I'll go ahead and open that door then. Also open the cargo doors, because they can just be done instantly. Oh, rip, I haven't opened the cargo doors. I've opened the external doors instead. Rip. We can also open the back door there too, because the stairs are there. And there we go. Hello and welcome everyone to Bilbao. Wonderful flight that was. Very, very nice. And that is it for this week in terms of flight streaming. We're going to be tomorrow we're going to do some Motorsport Manager. That'll be the last episode in that series for quite a while. I'm hoping we can get Season 2 finished, but there's 5 races left, so we might just have to leave it short of Season 2. I don't know, 5 races in one stream is quite a lot. But I hope everyone really enjoyed the stream. And then on Saturday, of course, I'm going to be showing you guys the Melbourne DLC for Tower 3D Pro that I got last week. Very nice DLC, so that should be good. Hope everyone really enjoyed today's stream. I'm going to leave you with the end screen. There it is. And yeah, I hope everyone did enjoy today. Very interesting little stream. I do love flying to Bilbao. Obviously, we're gonna have to fly in there on the new sim to compare, because it's a really beautiful place on this sim. So on the next sim on Microsoft Flight Sim, the new one, I imagine it'll look absolutely excellent. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will leave you with the background music. I hope everyone really enjoyed, and bye bye.